That's crazy. But I knew what was happening. I knew what was happening.
Yeah,
I did. I knew. I was like, I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting.
That was wild. Talk about it with Franjez.
Yeah.
Today's special guest is a recording artist from White Plains, New York. Today's guest is Alpha Man.
Yes, sir. Fran, what's up, man? What's up?
All is well. How are you?
I can't complain.
Can you?
I can, but who gonna listen? I think that's what they say. Nah, but for real, though, I really don't have no complaints, man. I'm in good health. I'm in good spirits. My kids are good. Wife's good. Can't complain, man.
I was referring to the phone situation.
Listen,
I know we're not trying to think about it.
Listen, look, man, shit happens, bro. I left my phone in the Uber. I'm thankful that I have my better half here. She is trying to figure this shit out. So, yeah, don't lose your phone. It's shitty. I don't care what anybody says. Oh, man. But I'm not going to complain about it. There's a reason why that happened. I don't know the reason, but I'm going to accept that. This is what it is. But I'm here.
I like the
I'm
positivity.
Here. I gotta stay positive. I'm here.
You got to. Absolutely. Let's start from the beginning. Where were you born?
Born and raised White Plains, New York, man. Product of White Plains, Westchester County. Spent probably, I want to say, right up until like 2003. Actually living in White Plains. Then my parents, myself and my siblings moved upstate New York to Duchess County. Yeah, they've been there ever since. I'm back and forth up in there from time to time, but most these days, I'm down here on this end.
Nice.
But yeah, man.
So up to what age were you in White Plains?
I mean, I never really left, so to say. As far as living there, I would say like my freshman year of high school. So like when I was like 14, 15. And then my parents moved upstate. And then I spent the second half of my freshman year up there and going to high school up there. And then
different, right?
Yes, very different.
In what way? I don't know much about
like culture shock, to be honest with you.
Less of a city, right?
Yeah, for sure. It's more spread out. You know what I mean?
Suburban.
Very suburban. It's like 2 hours from the city.
Yeah.
About like an hour from White Plains. But yeah, it's different. When you grow up in that inner city kind of like lifestyle, as far as like moving around, accessibility to things, getting places without really like needing other people, the bus, walking,
100%.
Even you having like a bike, you know what I mean, a scooter, something of that nature, you know what I mean, like made getting from my crib to my homie crib or a girl crib or whatever the case may be, you know what I mean? Or if my parents were like, hey, I need you to meet me here, it was easier for me to get there. Moving upstate was like the complete opposite. Like a gas station walk, which should be 5 minutes, is like 35 minutes. Okay. Yeah, bro. It's
That's crazy.
And in any sense, anything you wanted to do, you needed a car. I wanted to go anywhere, I needed a car. Even if I was like trying to like get home from school, if I missed the bus, I had to wait for my parents.
Damn. Because
I'm not it's not the city. So it's not like I'm walking with streetlights. It's not like I'm not walking with like down on a sidewalk. Like I'm really walking like the shoulder.
Yeah.
If I decide to go the way that like my parents would drive me to school, like I'm definitely walking a whole dark street. Like it's over a hill, through the woods to grandma's house. Yeah, man.
That's wild.
So, and don't get me wrong, I've done it. Like in pinch situations, I'm like, I'm not waiting. I'm walking.
I can tell how passionate you're speaking about it. You've been through it.
I'm out. I'm walking. Yeah, because
You gotta do what you gotta do.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I would say, in the better situations, yeah. During the day, summertime, the weather's not terrible. You know, it's a decent walk if you're really just trying to get to the park. Maybe
I can see that.
Get to a friend's house. Luckily, I lived in a complex. So a lot of my friends lived in that complex. So it was really easy for me to just be like, hey, I'm going to so-and-so's house. Can so-and-so come over? You know what I mean? Or we're going to go do X, Y, and Z. And you know what I mean? So like that was one of the cool things that I was able to appreciate from living up there. But yeah, it was completely different. And when I say culture shock, like I grew up in an era in an era where Black and Spanish culture were very prominent. A lot of the friends that I knew or people who I grew up with were Spanish or Black. When I moved upstate, I became like one of 10 Black people in my entire high school.
Wow. In the whole high school.
The whole high school. Like not a really big, and I'm not trying to say it's like a big high school, but you're talking about anywhere between like 160 to like 180 kids in a graduating class.
That's wild.
Right.
That's wild.
Right. So think about that across 4 grades.
Yeah. That's wild.
It was very different. That was like my first, I guess you could say, my first encounter with racism.
Damn.
My first encounters with being called out of my name. My first encounters with just understanding that I was looked at differently than what I was used to, what I was accustomed to, where everybody looked like me. Everybody talked like me, walked like me. It wasn't such a big thing if, you know, he said a word like that and I said the word like this, or, you know, I call him, that's my nigga. I ain't have to worry about it being like a thing. You know what I mean? But it was, bro. It was. And
I could see that big shot.
Yeah.
Culture shit. Culture
at
change.
14 years old, 15 years old, there was a lot of things that I experienced that I feel like a lot of people don't think would happen in that time frame. We're talking like 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009. This is 10, 20, this is like 20 years ago, 15
Crazy.
years ago. Not even. But like, yeah, that was my first real, like, sort of say situationals. But I will also say that I met a good handful of white people who weren't like that. You know what I mean? And I hate to say that. Yeah. And I say a handful because I wasn't really super social in that aspect to be friends enough with whoever, if you want to say. If I was friends with you, it's because we played sports together. We were on the same basketball team. We were on the same football team. We ran track together. We might have had class together. I knew of you more than I knew you. More so than that. But there are, like, I will say, 2 people that I can honestly say from high school who I still am in contact with to this day and have not changed. They haven't, you know what I mean, flipped or,
that's
you
great,
know what I mean?
because
So,
it is. I can't even remember how many people from high school I'm still like cool with. You know?
Nah, but I can't tell you how many people that like in my life overall who are still like I'm still attached to. Like I think I honestly think like on one hand I can name them, like maybe if that. Like
That's
and I'm not even saying like the whole hand. Like
it's on one hand.
It's
only.
on one hand only. It's not. You know what I mean?
I agree 100%.
Because I feel like that just comes with growth.
With growth,
you know what I mean?
You grow apart.
Yeah,
that's normal. 100%.
And I feel like if you're really trying to grow, you know what I mean? Like people either grow with you or grow away from you. You know what I mean?
100%.
But yeah, like that definitely was a perspective altering moment in my life, because you hear about it, you may watch a movie about it, but to like physically experience it and spiritually experience that, there's nothing like it. You know, like, and I'm not even trying to bring it up into a sense of like black and white, you know. I'm just saying in a sense of any type of marginalization, any type of discrimination, any type of looked at differently because of whatever. 100%. You know what I mean? Like that feeling, that rawness from somebody else is like, it's different, bro. It's different. It really does. It really can alter how you behave and how you respond to things, because like you feel slighted, you feel jaded in a sense that like you'll never be enough because of this, you know. And I think that that was something I had to learn as far as like really understanding self-worth, really understanding self-value.
That's some real deep shit right there. And
that's real, honestly, because I had no other choice but to like figure that out, you know what I mean, for myself, and really be like, yeah, that's cool, you know. But I got called a fake black person one time, and I was like,
oh, because you can't, I was like, you can't win on either side.
Right. I was like, huh? I was like, what?
Do you speak proper? Is that why?
Yeah, I'm very articulate. I've always been articulate. Yes, sometimes it slips out. Sometimes if I'm comfortable in a setting and I'm with certain people, absolutely, you'll hear me relax and say things a certain way or use certain vernacular. But like, I've always been an articulate person since I'm
Dominican, and I get called fake Dominican all the time because I don't listen to that music. I don't listen to it's not on my playlist. Bachata and all that. I grew up on hip hop, so I'm a fake Dominican because I don't listen to that on the regular. Like, that's not the type of music I listen to. I'm not listening to bachata and merengue.
See, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, and the way I dress, I don't got the pointy shoes.
I feel like, I disagree, because I do feel like the way you dress, you very much dress like your father or like your grandfather or whoever. You know what I mean? Like that. I respect it because that's like the culture in a sense. You know what I mean? Like, but I would have never said that like you weren't Dominican because you didn't listen to it. Like, yeah,
crazy.
Like, that's like saying like you're not Dominican because you don't speak it.
Yeah, exactly.
And I feel like that's slighting you as a person because of your upbringing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's how I'm like,
mind you, that's what was played in the house. But I gravitated to what my older brother was playing.
I was gonna say. So who was playing the music that you gravitated towards?
We shared
more?
A bedroom. I listened to what he was listening to.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I didn't care for what my mom and my father were listening to, and my sister. They all listened to that.
That makes sense because in my house, a lot gospel was played, jazz was played, but like in my bedroom, my older brother used to play like Luther Vandross, Jodeci, and
you gravitate a little more towards that.
Yeah, like those are the songs that I hear now, or like when I got my Walkman, or like, you know, I got my iPod. You know what I mean? I was like, ooh, I got to put this song in here. I want to put this song on here. Yeah.
Do you remember the first piece of music you downloaded for yourself or bought for yourself?
First piece of music I bought for myself? Nah, but I will say that I remember I'll say two memories that I have for music. One, I'll go back to like my brother being like, he used to play music when like in our room, like at night and stuff like that, whatever. One of the first songs that I like remember like learning kind of the words to was Excuse Me Miss by Luther Vandross.
Okay, nice.
That was like one of the first ones that I like got the concept of like song structure and like storytelling. Like that was like the first song that I was like,
you know what age this was?
Oh man, I was like, I had to be like 6 or I'd be like 7. I had like 7 or 8. Right? I want to say, you know what? I would say between the ages of 7 and 10, because around 9, 10, that's when I was like listening to other songs and learning and really like seeing song structure, listening to rap music more, like getting more into bands and like NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, and like I'm very all over the spectrum when it comes to music. Like, I listen to a lot, like one artist particularly a lot, but like I like a lot of variety. So like my first artists that I like really like latched onto was like I said, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys. On the rap side, it was Eminem and Busta Rhymes and Method Man, and then it grew as the music grew. So the more of the harmonizations that were coming from bands, I was gravitating towards that. If it was an artist who was good at storytelling, I was gravitating toward that. If you had good lyrical play, I was gravitating towards that. I got my hands on, I can't remember how it happened, but I remember being on the school bus on my way home. I think I was in middle school. Yeah, I want to say I was in middle school, and I was on my way home, and shout out to whoever's jacket this was. I don't know whose jacket it was. I'm being honest. I don't know whose jacket it was, but bro, thank you so much, because you leaving your jacket on the bus left me with Kanye West College Dropout.
Oh, it was inside
bro,
his jacket?
it was the whole like CD was in his jacket, and I was like, and I didn't know what it was at first. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I had no idea what that was. It was a purple CD, I think, and it had a bear on it. And that's all I remember. And I remember it said Kanye West College Dropout. And I was like, what? I was like, well, I know Kanye. I was like, I've heard the Through the Wire song. I'm like, you know what? Fuck that. This is my CD now. Do that shit in my Walkman, and I listened to that shit for like 3, 4 weeks, 5 weeks straight. And I just remember learning wordplay, but not in like in a negative way. You know what I mean? Like
paying attention to it.
I was starting to understand that you could be an artist without having to be negative. And when I say negative, I mean it in a sense of like a lot of the times, the more popular artist or the more notable artists or the ones that are getting the most play or the ones that we all get hype about or the things that we get are doing a lot of violence, a lot of degradation.
You know what's crazy? I was on a podcast like a couple weeks ago, and I had the same realization where I have a friend, he's a Nas fan.
Okay.
I never liked Nas. I respect him. I could listen to a whole album.
Same. But
I could enjoy it, but I won't replay it.
I'm not a fan. Yeah, like I'm not like a hardcore, you know what I mean?
But you can respect his talent,
absolutely,
right?
Absolutely.
Same.
He has several songs that I think are lyrically prove that he is a talented writer.
Absolutely.
Straight up.
100%.
Straight up.
100%. So I told him, yo, did you hear the new, this is how the conversation started. Did you hear the new Conway the Machine album?
Okay.
He's like, no. I said, it's great. I'll have it on repeat. It's
for
great.
The record,
I recommend it.
For the record, absolutely. If you have not listened to Conway's album, please go do that. Please go do that.
It's great.
It is a very good testament to like pure, I hate saying pure hip hop purist and pure hip hop, but like it's very good like omen to like just being a rapper.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like the origin feeling of hip hop.
Yeah,
100%.
Absolutely.
So I recommended he listen to that, and he hasn't heard it yet.
Okay.
He said, "Oh, Nas just dropped the album."
He did.
I'm like, "Oh, I didn't even know." He's like, "It's good." I'm like, "Oh, cool. I'll give it a listen." I give it a listen, and I don't like it. And right there it clicked. I like negative music. All the rappers I like are the negative ones. I don't like positive rappers.
Why?
I don't know. I just love negativity.
Okay, let me ask you this. And
I like pain. I like the pain.
Exactly.
That's what
I was like, is it more so the story being told and the energy that gets provoked versus it being just straight negative?
I like pain and struggle.
Yeah. I can respect that, because there are certain songs and certain artists that I'm like, yo, you can hear this was deep. This was a real situation for that person, or like, oh man, that you hurt him, girl. You hurt your boy, nigga. You hurt her. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you
100%.
I definitely understand that.
100%.
And that's why I'm like, that's why I said, I was like, I don't want to say negative music, because I don't think that that's the correct term. But
it kind of is.
It, you know what I mean? Like, there's a negative connotation to it.
There's no positivity
to it.
Like, it's not motivational or nothing.
Nah, you slinging keys and heavy work. I don't know the outcome other than that being jail or death. So I don't know how positive that can get. You might be on top for a short period of time.
Yeah.
But eventually, even, the toughest.
But these guys are not even doing what they say anyway. So
that's the other thing too.
They're inspiring people to do dumb shit. But
I'm not finna be a part of that.
That negativity is amazing, though. I love it.
And here's where I come into play, right?
Yeah.
We have a whole generation that's coming after us that doesn't understand how that music was storytelling, and it was real for that time period. And
that time period's over.
That time period
can't replicate
is different.
That. Life is not like that anymore.
Hell
the streets are not like that anymore.
Hell no.
So it's like,
bro,
it's like everybody knows you're fake already. Like it's like the jig is up. We got
you.
social media. We see what you're doing. We see what's going on. It's over.
The authenticity that is needed now is so heavy that it almost supersedes anything you do. Like, if as long as you're authentic about it and you're genuine about it, people are like, we like it. We're for it. And I feel like that's the new wave that's like coming with a lot of things: art, music, sports, clothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Entertainment. What was this? What was there's a sport that got created that I was like, that's crazy that's a sport now. You can get a scholarship. Cornhole.
Damn.
You can get a scholarship for cornhole, bro.
That's amazing. Everybody got a chance.
You can
The bar is low.
The bar is so low that, like, as long as you're putting forth the effort and it's genuine effort and you care about it and, like, you put forth the time and whatever you feel, you know what I mean? I feel like, it'll breed the level of success that I don't want to say that you may want, but I feel like it'll breed a particular level of success in some way. You know what I mean? Like, people will give you your credit when credit is due. That's something I've learned through this whole process. Like, I'm not someone to, like, brag about my moments of where I was, like, on a high, but there's also been other moments where I've been on a real low, but then something will happen that will, like, credit me in a sense to be like, no, don't forget you did this. Hey, I saw this. That was dope. Yo, you still doing this? Those little, like, tidbits. Bro, I told mama the other day, I was at my dispensary and somebody walked down on me, bro, and was like, yo, you're Alpha Man. And I had to almost be like, huh? What?
That's crazy.
In this particular moment, I wasn't, like, on a high or a low. I was very just much in like a maintaining kind of space. I'm working on Self-Care 6 and project and stuff. So I was, like, really much in that workspace and headspace. And I was, like, smoking. And he just walked down. And he's like, and he parked, like, he was parking his car, and he got out of his car, and Charlie, what's up? And he came around. He's like, yo, you're Alpha Man? And I'm like, yeah. He was like, no. He's like, you performed, like, in Stanford. He's like, my buddy, da 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 da. And I'm like, and as he's saying these things, I'm like, yeah, it's clicking to me. It only then dawns on me, it clicks to me, I have a picture in my phone from that night that he took. And it's one of my, like, pictures that I keep for, memory things and stuff like that. So, like, and he gave me my flowers, if you would say. You know, he's like, yo, bro, you did I really like your music, yo, bro. You know, you're still performing, you still whatever, and you know, like you drop this. I'm like, yeah, bro, listen here, this is my new page. If you don't have it, like follow me. And I love being able to connect with people on that level because that means more to me than, you know, you trying to post something to get a reshare. You know what I mean?
Like if he would have just came up to you and said, yo, can I get a picture? That would have been emotionless.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I would have took the picture, but you know what I mean. There wouldn't have been nothing for me to like write home about.
100%. You wouldn't be telling me the story right now.
Nah, I wouldn't. I would have told her, and it would have been like, that's it. Yeah. I'd be like, babe, you know what happened to me? She'd be like, what? Somebody just asked me for a picture, and she was like, for real? I've been like, yeah.
I don't even know who they think I am.
And she'd have been like, did they say they knew who you were? And I'm like, nah. She's like, so they just pulled up on you and just took a picture. I'm like, yes. And she's like, you don't think that's weird? I was like, no, I know it's weird. I'm just telling you. Like, you know what I mean? But like those, like I said, the interactions that I get, you know what I mean, that those things means more to me. Like I've had a bunch of celebrity, if you want to call them, or notable people interactions that some people probably would never have gotten or would never get, or you know what I mean? Like I do my due diligence in this, like, sort of say space and in this lane that I have to just be, like I said, authentic and just be genuine in what I do. Because I don't know who it's going to impact. I don't know who's watching. Like, I don't know who you are or who y'all are, but thank you to the people in Germany who are playing the fuck out of my music.
Amazing. You know you got a tour there now, right? You got to do a show there.
They're literally, like, in this last month alone, they are responsible for like almost probably like 250 streams.
Wow. And
we're talking like they stream my stuff more than people here in the States.
That's usually how it is.
And right, so I've been told. So I'm not saying that to like,
you could do a show out there one day.
But that's exactly that's the plan. You know, we've always had the plan to be international.
That's official.
But I say that to say this, that like, yeah, man, it's definitely been a journey for me from those first musical moments for me. You know what I mean? I remember also getting into an argument with my brother about him playing the song all the fucking time. Like, yo, can you play something different? Like, nigga, this is what I go to sleep to. I'm like, can you play another song? Can you play something else? Like, this is what the rotation is. And we used to go back and forth. Yeah, bro. It's
why you guys slept.
Yeah,
crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bro. Listen, so like this. And I've been recording music, like actually, like actively recording music since I was 15.
What is that experience like? It was at a studio or a home?
That was at like a friend's crib. I used to lie to this girl when I was in like 6th grade, 7th grade. She used to ask me about like what I was writing in my notebooks and stuff like that. I'm like, I'm working on my next album. What you mean? Ain't never been in the studio at all. Ain't never seen
the next album.
Right? I ain't even get the first one out yet, friend.
That's a good lie.
I'm working on my next album. I'm trying to go on tour. All of this, you know what I mean? But like, I had dreams, bro. I had dreams. I had aspirations. I had an idea.
You always wanted to be in music when you were a kid? That's official. It was always rap to you when you were younger?
No. It was just music in general.
So what were you thinking before rap?
It's just music.
Like singing or me, instruments?
It didn't have a name or a lane to it yet. It was just like
using your voice or like an instrument?
In general, everything. Like I was trying to learn how to play the piano. I was trying to play like the percussion in the school band. Singing in my church choir, getting solos, and listening to music on my own, finding different things, just trying to understand. At one point in time, I was trying to like understand the music business, and then I was like, oh, I don't want to owe nobody $2 million. And I was like, I wonder if there's a way you could do this without having to owe anybody. You know? Crazy. So like, but you know, and I used to ask my mom and dad for equipment sometimes, you know, like when Christmas used to come around, you know, like, what do you want for your Christmas list and stuff like that. It used to be, oh, I want a keyboard, I want a beat machine, oh, I want a microphone. Never got any of that shit. So it's very much been a process for me. It's very much been a journey for me. And then even up to when I actually first got to record, like one of my like childhood friends, we were like standing outside of church and stuff, and you know, we found out that each other rapped, and like we like battled each other and stuff like that.
On the spot?
Yeah, on the spot. Like
that's
on the spot. I can't really honestly remember a lot of the things that were said, either from both of us. But I was very much like happy to be able to like spar with somebody in a way that like I knew it wasn't like malicious. You know what I mean? Like I knew it was with an intent to like, yo, we kind of battling right now. Like, yo, like
what they called the Ducats, was it back in the day? I think what they called the Ducats.
See, I wouldn't know that. I wouldn't know that. We just called the battling. We just called it like freestyling or like yeah, like or like you know freestyling.
Biggie and Pac, it was fun.
Yes, right? It was, and well, I want to even say after them, like, right? I want to say it didn't really become not malicious, but it didn't become aggressive until like after Biggie and Pac, because I feel like the media like coined it as beef.
Like this is the worst case scenario.
This is the worst case scenario.
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to let y'all know I have an amazing, amazing wife, okay? She goes above and beyond to make sure I have and need just about any and everything. And when I say just about, it's because most of the time I do a lot of the shit and then she get mad at me because she like, why would you ask me if you're going to do it yourself? But this moment right here is for her. So thank you, baby. I thank you. Thank you.
Man,
anyway.
Yo, that was a great day.
If you don't got one, get one.
Man,
listen, if you ain't seen Toy Story, you're missing out, because that's like one of my favorite stemming moments. When like he's like moving days tomorrow, everybody has to have a moving buddy, and they're like, moving buddy. He's like, yeah, if you don't got one, get one.
I definitely remember that.
But
so let's talk about the first time you record. I want to hear how that experience went. Your friend, I'm assuming it was in his house, and it was like a computer with a mic.
Yeah, so he's like my cousin. At the time, he was going by the name Killer Whale. He then reverted to, now he's Big Dog K. But Dog and I we been connected since we were like kids. Him and one of his counterparts that he grew up with, Smitty, had the studio in his crib. And it wasn't nothing like lush, you know what I mean? But we was recording, you know. I guess him and Dog went half on an interphaser and a mic and a software, you know. And that was like the first time that I had seen it up close, if you want to call it that, you know what I mean? To see the process of you in the booth, doing your lyrics, coming out, him cutting, chopping, putting effects on it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Seeing the process in that form, that was like the light bulb for me. That was like the it's really this easy? And I didn't, and not in, again, it's really not that easy. But I was passionate, and I still am passionate enough about it that to see the steps, it was really simple in my head.
Really
it really wasn't that complicated, you know. But it became complicated for me when it came time to get my own stuff, in a sense of like, okay, now I got to get a mic, now I got to get an imp phaser, now I got to get a laptop. I gotta learn how to record it. I gotta learn how to cut. I gotta learn how to do this. I gotta go. Yeah, man. My first couple of cuts and tapes and all that. Oh man, I'm gonna tell you right now. Even up until like the stuff that's on platform now, like my earlier stuff. If you hear some of my earlier stuff and you hear some of my more recent stuff, you can hear the growth. You can hear, and not even just, and not so much in like the lyrics. I'm talking about in the production value. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you hear the growth in it, and but that all started from there, man. I remember the first like freestyle that I did. Was over the Young Jeezy's Go Crazy beat. When they play the new Jeezy in the club, yeah, they go crazy. And I love the way the drums were on that, and it just it provoked me to talk over it. And once I had gotten that down, I was like, yep, go time. So from there, I mean, I got cool with Smitty. I was like texting him most of the time, bro, I'm trying to come record. And I know he was annoyed because I was coming to record. I was coming to record like every other week, every 2 weeks, every weekend, or if not once a month. Like I was passionate about it. I was having fun with it. I was enjoying myself with it, and to be around other people who enjoyed music the way I enjoyed music. And I more so enjoyed that too. You know what I mean? Sometimes it wasn't always about going over there to record. Sometimes I just went over there to kick it, see what he was doing. You know, we played 2K
artists
stuff.
wear their heart on their sleeve, so it's like easier to like talk to an artist.
And I don't know if it was more so an artist, but like he just it was the space that we had.
But I mean to create. Yeah. To produce is an art.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So it's like you're using your brain for something else that's not even, it's not doing anything else for you but enjoyment.
Yes.
That's the artistry.
Yes.
Like when you paint and you love painting so much.
Having somebody who also enjoyed watching you paint, helping you paint, teaching you how to use different colors, you know what I mean? Or how to blend these colors or show, you know what I mean? Like that was the real enjoyment, you know what I mean? Yeah. Us laughing about making mistakes, saying words the wrong way, messing up lyrics and doing things, you know what I mean? Like those were the moments that carved it out for me that like, yeah, this is what I wanted to do. This every time I've been like, yeah, I'm gonna be in a music video. Yeah, I'm gonna be on TV. Yeah, I'm gonna be on this. There's always a backside to it that people don't understand or they don't see or that they don't realize goes into it. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, I definitely still value those moments. I still value that process because that's still how I record to this day. Like,
how do you do it? Do you write in the studio or do you bring?
So I'm always in the studio because the studio is a mental place for me. Because of how I was introduced to recording, I learned how to record. Or I learned how to write and record differently than I feel a lot of other people. So I don't release singles. I only release projects, anywhere between 6 to 8 to 10 plus songs. And that's because that's just how I work. I will get several beats, write to all those beats and record. And then go back and edit those 5, 6, whatever, 8 songs. Producers, yo, I always tell you, send me a slab. When I say a slab, that means a pack. Send me a multiple, as many as you can, as many as you got, whatever you want, whatever. I'll pick from it. I'll let you know which ones I choose, and I will make a tape out of those beats.
Nice.
And then what I do is I'll go through, I'll write, and once I'm ready to record it, it only takes me about 4, maybe 5 hours to actually record it. The biggest portion of my process would be the editing, sound quality, placement, sometimes sequencing.
I like that. If it's one producer has the same sound.
It's easy. It's a lot easier. Sometimes I will say it's fun to kind of like use different producers' beats because you get different sounds. But because of how I sequence things. If I never told you that it was multiple producers, you wouldn't have known. You won't think that. You won't hear that. And that's something that I learned through my process. So like, when my son was born, I stepped back from recording and writing. So I think I took like, I want to say like almost a 10-year hiatus.
Damn.
So from like 2009 to like 2019. Yeah, actually, to be specific, 2019.
And why is that?
I wanted to be more emotionally and mentally present for him. There was a lot that was going on in those earlier years for him and me that I needed to be there versus be like here and here and here and here and here. I also wanted to be there. I also wanted to be present. I wanted to be a part of his life, be that fixture, and you know what I mean? I have full custody of my son. I've had full custody of him since he was 2. And I've always made sure that that was my main priority. When he got to a certain age of understanding that I could feel, hey, you got to go to your grandmother's house because I got to go do X, Y, and Z for work, or I got to do X, Y, and Z. It was a time period for me to be like, okay, maybe I can come back to myself now and focus on what I feel that I want to focus on, that I want to put my energy into, that I want to go back to harnessing, you know, and that was music. I knew the process. I knew what I wanted to do, and I knew how to do it. It wasn't foreign to me. It's like riding a bike. But again, getting the equipment, going through the process, the editing, the choices, those type of things. Was I willing to do that again? And that was why it took me a minute to come out of that, because it's like I have to work that particular portion of my brain again. I have to turn that back on.
Like a muscle, yeah.
Yeah, I gotta turn that back on. You know what I mean? So like having it off for as long as I did, and it's not that it never was on, because there would be moments where I would like start writing in my phone for no reason. I don't know why I'm writing this. Oh, this is fire. No beat, no nothing. Just getting bars off. And but I always knew, like, in the back of my head that was like that's me. That's me talking to me. That's me speaking for me. That's me communicating with myself. And you know, I was in a relationship that didn't really support that. That didn't really believe in it. That didn't really understand it. Even though when they met me, that's where I was. I was in that space. I had just got back in that, or I was still in that space of trying to figure it out and work through it. And because, you know, certain factors come along with it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to hold you. It's no different than starting a business. You got to invest in this. You got to put time in. You got to put money in it. You got to put a lot of things in this. You're going to lose. You're going to fail. You're going to fuck up. You're going to whatever. But like, to keep going, to be still doing it after all the shit that went wrong is where like the blessings come from. You know what 100%. I mean? And I wasn't with somebody who understood that. I wasn't with somebody who saw that. And in turn, it harmed me more than it was supposed to be good. Despite how it looked, despite what it was fashioned to be, it didn't do me in my situation any good. I did find myself in a very dark place. I did become suicidal in a sense of, well, I could just go. If I go, he'll be set up. I got life insurance. We be all right. And guess what? There's a voice in the back of my head that was like, so you gonna leave this earth in this existence without doing music? That's crazy. I had that thought right there, friend, for like 2 weeks, every day. Every day. And I was like, I couldn't understand why, but it kept. And eventually I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I obviously need to do this. This is what I'm supposed to do. Like, you know how people talk about like a calling? Therapy. Yeah, but I'm saying, like, you know how people talk about like a calling for something? Like, yes, this is a part of my fabric and my makeup. And I took her credit card. I went to Sam Ash and I bought a mic and I bought an interphaser, top of the line mic, top of the line interphaser, spent like $700 and went and recorded like the first couple of like records that I just found some beats and I was like, whatever. She wasn't happy about it. I don't care. I returned the stuff, but I had the music. And that meant more to me than whatever situation was. And I was like, okay, this is the proof that this is genuine. This isn't, we didn't do this for anybody else other than ourselves. It was we didn't put it out. We didn't tell anybody about it. We didn't whatever. And I was like, no, but I feel really good right now. Like I feel really good right now.
You got that off.
Yes. I was like, I feel really good right now. I was like, I feel fucking great. I'm like, you know what? Fuck all of this shit.
You know what's beautiful about making music? Let's say you had those 2 songs that you wanted to record. You got the equipment, you recorded it, you got it off of your mind, off of your shoulders, off your back. If you didn't record those and get them out, the next ones wouldn't have came just as strong.
No.
You know what I mean?
No, there wouldn't have been
when you release.
Yeah, there wouldn't have been a confidence.
Yeah.
in being able to deliver in a way that was genuine, that was real, but that was also something that could be like felt, something that could be relatable, something that can be understandable in a way that like, yo, damn, that's crazy. Yo, oh man, I've been there. Or, oh, yo, bro, I know what that's like, bro. I used to take the train. There's a line in one of my songs where I'm like I used to take the bus to the train to the bus to the train to the train to the bus. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I remember somebody said to me one time, they were like, bro, I'll never forget. I used to do that too, bro. He's like, yo, that's crazy. I used to do that same thing, bro, just to get to work, just to get home, just to be like, yo, bro, that's crazy. So like, it's those little tidbits for me, you know what I mean? That sometimes that remind me that like, you know, just because I'm not talking about holding a 9, strapping up for war, being on the corner.
It's negative music.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's still that population that resonates with me, bro. That's 100%. Like, yo, bro, I had a kid at a young age too, bro. I've been grinding and hustling since X, Y, and Z, bro. I feel you. Nah, I feel that.
People like positive music, 100%.
So. Don't get me wrong, I like negative connotation storytelling too, because there's a certain energy that
I love it.
Gets brought out. I think one of my favorites is like Meek Mill. He's like one of my favorite, like just high energy pain guys. Like, I don't know what it is about him, but like he tells stories
he's good.
in his music that's like, damn, do you still live there? Like, did this happen yesterday?
He's outside wheeling.
Like, yeah, bro. Like,
he's still there wheeling down the same block.
You know what I mean? Like, 100%. He like, my mom, you know, he talk about like, he's like, I saw rock saying where my daddy was shot. I'm like, damn, bro. Whoa, I don't even know how. And he's like, something. He's like, all I did was stand in the same. He's like, and stupid me standing in the same spot with a different Glock. And I was like, well, I mean, but that's the reality of it. And I'm not gonna sit here and be like, that's it's not good music, because it is. It's great music. Yeah. It's great music. I don't care, because that song is with him and Friday, and the song is like the song is really talking about how they both lost, I believe, their father, and despite their success, like, they would trade all of that to get that one person back. You know what I mean? And it's like, you could never fathom the emotion or the feeling that was probably pulled in that moment when someone was like, yo, this is the song, this is, you know, the structure, blah, 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 and how it just was like, and he probably went off. And I'm telling you, I know for a fact there's got to be moments, right, where like a feature comes on a particular artist's song, or they might be in the studio together, right? And the song's coming together, great, and it's like hard body, and that feature goes in the booth and they just go off. And like from an artist standpoint, I always give my features as much space on a particular record because I want you to. I want you to like
paint.
Go. But I know there's certain times where people go in those booths and they be like, damn, they're like, yeah, hell yeah. But they gotta cut the verse because they're like, bro, it's too long. We can't sell this. I can't sell 85. I can't sell 85 bars. I need 16. Like, you know. But yeah, like that I don't want to say that pain, but to give that energy is where I'm at in my music now, is to be able to, like you say, like paint, to be able to paint the pictures, to be able to tell the stories, to tell the truths and the faults, and you know what I mean? Like I feel like that's also a part of like negative music. Because, I mean, yes, it's really nice to hear about your vacations and hear about your jewelry and stuff like that. But, like, and I know a lot of people who become fans of artists because of those deep cuts, as we like to call them. You
Absolutely.
know what I mean? So, like, yeah, I am someone who is a fan of a certain brand of negative music, if that's so to say.
I understand that 100%.
But, like, yeah,
How'd the name Alpha Man come about?
A lot of work, in a sense of thought process, went into it because I wanted it to make sense. I have nicknames that only certain people who know me call me those names. And that's how I grade my relationships with people, is versus nicknames or how I'm addressed or how I address you. But I wanted this to reflect how I feel about myself when it comes to music. I feel like I'm the best. I don't feel like I can't stand next to any artist and compete. I don't feel like I can't stand next to any artist and give the same quality product, the same verse, the same high quality verse, intricate lyrics. I'm not here to be second behind anybody. Sorry.
Sorry.
I'm not. That's not why I'm in this shit at all.
Absolutely.
At all. Like, I'm not in this at all for you to be like, oh, he's all right. Nah, I'm in this to be highly respected and revered by my peers and by other artists as the best. Yo, I can't overlook that dude's verse. I want to hear it. That's where I'm at. You see when me drop a project, you anticipate like, oh, yeah, bro, I at least want to listen to it. I got to hear at least what he's saying. I don't need you to be a hardcore gung-ho fan. I would love you to be. But respect it.
100%.
Respect the work.
100%.
Respect the work. Because that's really what it was. That's also like AlphaWrld being our brand, AlphaWrld recording company, like, is winning requires learning discipline. That's what Wrld stands for. WRLD stands for winning requires learning discipline. And in order for you to be the best version of yourself, you got to be disciplined in certain areas. You got to be willing to sacrifice. You got to be willing to put certain shit aside so that you can achieve or obtain whatever it is that you're after. In order for you to do that, you got to be willing to be disciplined. You got to be willing to forego flesh shit, forego financial things so that you can be able to do the things that you want to do. And that's why I'm like, nah, I live in an alpha world, because at all costs, I got to be on my shit for everybody behind me. Not because they asked me to be, not because they want me to be, no, because I need to be. Because when they want me or they need me to be, I'm ability. I can. And that's where I'm at. So when I came up with the name for Alpha Man, it was really like low key. I was thinking superhero, but like anti-villain. So like, I'm willing to do all the bad shit for good reason. Killmonger was one of my favorite anti-heroes, anti-villains, you want to call him that. His message was really strong. It made a lot of sense. And he was willing to do all the worst shit to make sure he got succeeded. He was even willing to die behind what he was trying to get at, if it meant trying to accomplish and making sure what he wanted to have happen. So that name came through as like that, more so in the sense of like an anti-hero. Yeah, when you meet me, I have all the right intentions to do all these things, but I'm willing to sacrifice this, I'm willing to sacrifice that, I'm willing to sacrifice that and that and that. Why? So we can do this.
That's perfect. I like that. That's a great meaning. What's the dollar sign in between Alpha, man?
So that actually, all right, so when I had first started uploading music, I didn't know that there was another, I guess, artist or DJ or something else that had the same name. So when I was uploading music through Distro, it was like putting my music under his thing. And I was like, what the fuck? Why does it keep doing this? Why does it keep doing this? Why does it keep doing this? I was like, you know what? Fuck it. We gonna flood him out. We gonna flood him out. So I started releasing projects. And I think
what happened?
I think I got into like that after that first year that I released projects. I think I released like 5 or 6 projects that first year. I did Nightwalker, Self-Care, Self-Care 2, Self-Care 3, and this was like pandemic. And like 2 other projects, and LOL, which was like Lover of Life. That one had like 30 songs on it. And when that new year had came around, I was like annoyed because I was like, I don't want this guy to keep getting my streams. I don't want this guy to keep getting my credit. I don't want nobody to think that like this is that guy.
Yeah, like, that's horrible.
Like, right? So I was like, how can I distinctively make my name like different, but still keep it like where it's not so different that people don't know who it was? And I went through like a bunch of little like whatever's, a bunch of stuff. Oh my God. But one day I was just smoking, and I was talking to my homie Dizzy, and we were like working on a project together, or we were talking about working on a project together, and I had gotten on one of his songs, and I noticed that he had a $ in his name. And then I was listening, like smoking, and I was listening to my favorite artist, and he has a $ in his name. And I was like,
who's that, Ty?
No. Currency.
Oh, okay.
Currency has like the S in currency is a $. So I was like, fuck it. I'll separate the name. And I put the $ there. It wasn't until I think it was like my second show, my third show, right? Where I created that tagline of like the $ is silent. It was like, yeah, because I kept getting pissed that everybody was like Alpha $ man, and I'm like, no, that's not what it is. I was like, every time I went to like 3 or 4 shows, and they kept saying it. I was like, and then one time I just got frustrated, and I was like, how can I like get my point across without like being like a dickhead or being brash to them, because I know they don't know. So they introduced me, and when they introduced me, I had came on this stage and I grabbed the mic and I didn't say anything except for, it's Alpha Man. The $ is silent because it's not your money to talk about. And everybody was like, oh! And I was like, I'm keeping it.
I remember hearing that at Stockroom. That was the first time I heard it.
And I kept it.
Was that the first time you said that?
No,
it was somewhere else?
At that point, that it had become my tagline.
I see.
Because often people say the $ or they think the $ is meant to be said. But yeah, that's really how that came about. That it came, You know what I mean? And then I created the alias off of that, which is my like Instagram handle and my Twitter handle, which is Pepe Alfonso, which if you break down the word is like
I've tried reading that so many times. I could never read it.
Pepe Alfonso. Okay?
Spell it, please.
PEPEALPHSON or ALPHOSON. Alfonso. Like the point of it is that I broke down the word of son of an alpha and grandfather and brought them together. So Pepe means father in French. Pepere means grandfather.
Wow.
Right? So I broke it down to father, which is a father of a son of an alpha, which 2 generations from now, if a son is born, then the name can be carried because then that person will be the son of an alpha, which would be my son, who is technically the son of an alpha already, which is me, which is the grandfather of it.
That's deep.
That's what I said. A lot of work went into this
That's the best.
For it to make sense, for it to really tie in that it's not just like a name in a sense for it to just be like, that's just something. Nah, like I made sure that I was like, I wanted to be referred to as something that had meaning. You know what I mean? Like my government name has a meaning. My parents were very, I would say, diligent about choosing my name. I hated my name up until I was like 10 years old. I'm not gonna lie.
What is it?
So my name means like super being, right? My middle name means super being. Father of is actually Jor-El is Superman's father's name, so it's Jor-El, like, and his is super being, crest of hope, super being. Then my first name is guardian of the little people, ruler of the elves.
Damn. It's a powerful name.
Right. So right.
A lot of thought was put into your name so that you're doing the same in your names.
I understood the concept of naming names from a really young age. I argued with my mom for a while about my name. I was like, Mom, that's a girl's name. She's like, no, it's not. I'm like, yes, it is. I was like, I don't know no boy's named Aubrey. She's like, so? And I'm like, it's all girls. There's 2 girls in my school with my name. And she's like, college acceptance letter came. We accept your daughter.
Damn. Disrespectful.
I'm like, I know.
So be a proud moment.
I'm like, bro, I know I put mail on this damn application. I know I did, bro. I'm like, I know I did. Okay, I guess. But, I was excited. I was like, ooh, I get to have a girl roommate. My mom was like, absolutely not.
That was wild.
Absolutely not. What is wrong with you?
That could have easily swept under the rug, no problem.
I'm gonna be honest with you, friend. I don't think it would have lasted a day. I think the RA would have came around and been like, "What is this?"
Yeah,
and I'd have been like, "Hey, this is the room y'all gave me," and then they'd been like, "Oh no." So I'd have been like, "All right, well, it was nice meeting you," but yeah, that's the name has meaning. It's not just bullshit thrown together. Like I made sure that there was some type of fallback on it, if you want to say, why do people this? Why, who chose this? And, no, I chose this. I've been blessed enough to have people feel comfortable enough to call me it. And, I allow my work in this industry and in this space to speak for it. And I feel like if I didn't, or if it didn't speak for itself, or if the name didn't match, I'm sure she would tell me you need to change your name. I'm sure she would have told me a long time ago, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. I'd be like, for real? She'd be like, you gonna find another name or find another name?
Is she shoots it?
Yes. Yes.
As I'm watching these videos, I'm like, I think it's
absolutely, absolutely. We are a tandem, man.
She shoots at cinematics.
She shoots at cinematics. She is responsible for all the visual content, unless I specify otherwise.
I saw before that you had Adapt Films.
Yes, Adapt Films was a group that I had met. My brothers, or a group of brothers who I had met through one of my homies. They were the first team really who like kind of bought into what we were doing. They were they are super talented. They're very good at their craft as far as editing and shooting and understanding the process. They taught me a lot as far as being able to speak on, nah, I don't like that. Or, nah, bro, don't do that. Or, nah, this is how I want it. Yo, I'm trying to shoot this here. Like, yo, you got a spot, you got a location? Or being comfortable to being like, yo, you see something you want? You see a shot you like? What you want? How you want to shoot this? Let's do this. You know what I mean? So, like, they made, they helped me grow into the professional that I am now. Her and I shoot videos any and everywhere randomly. Sometimes it could just happen. I'm thankful that she also has a cinematography background outside of what she does for me. She was doing stuff. She shoots photography and stuff as well. And same thing, being able to say, hey, you see something you like. And at first, she was very, very, very timid about it. She was very, very timid about it. She had never shot a music video before. She didn't know how to shoot it. She was, I don't know what to do. And I was like, I just want you to shoot. I don't care for it to look like anything or for it to be like anything. I just want you to shoot. I want you to pull your own aesthetic, and and then from there, she very much was able to tell me, hey, get your ass over here. Hey, sit here. Go over there. Stop moving. You need to stop doing this. Can you put your hands down? Could you? And as we've moved along, she's become more meticulous in what she wants from me for certain shots, and I love that about it.
That's
I love
art.
it. Yeah, I love it. I love it because I know that she enjoys doing it. I know shooting and videography is something that she's also passionate about. So.
That's a great team.
Yeah, I didn't ask for that. I didn't know that. I honestly, when we first met, you know what I mean. All I thought that she did was that she was a painter. That was it. I didn't know she did anything else really until we like kind of got to know each other, and then I realized like we talked movies a lot. And to hear who her favorite director is, I was like, oh, you like movies? Oh, we can do it. Oh yeah, what? Oh, this is great. I'm like, oh, tell me more. Oh, you like this? Oh, really? I've never seen this. Please show me. I would love to see this. And I think that's something that that we gravitate towards, together. It's one of my quality time things that I like to do with her. Like we'll run through 3-4 movies in a day sometimes. It's makes our process for when we do shoot easy. Because then I can go, hey, remember this scene from this movie? Oh my God, I want to imitate it, but I just want it to be like this. Or if she's like, hey, I saw this. I want to shoot this here. I want you to be in this. I want you to dress like this. Can we do this?
That's a great team, man. That's amazing.
So, yeah, I gave her the monogram. She shoots it just because I think one time somebody asked me, who shoots your video? And I was like, she shoots it. And it just stuck. And then, I'm also a fan of basketball. So I was also thinking like, she shoots it, she scores. So it was like, she scores movies. So.
That's great, man. I love it. The YouTube, when I tried finding you, all of your stuff is under AlphaWrld TV.
Absolutely.
I want to know why is that? Why do you think to not separate yourself from the world?
Because I am the world.
My man.
There's no world without me. There's no me without the world. I technically am an artist signed to AlphaWrld recording company. That's never going to change.
So if you have multiple artists, they'll all be...
Everybody will be under AlphaWrld recording company. It won't be a separate entity. It won't be this is mine, this is y'all's. No, this is ours. This is how it is. This is the tree. And that's why I put it under AlphaWrld TV, because I didn't want to limit myself either. I wanted to be able to put multiple different things up there, whether it be an interview, whether it be a vlog, whether it be a freestyle video that I did, whether it be like I had I did a while back, like did an acoustic variation of like 2 of my songs. Those are up. Those are on the playlist of there for more alpha. You know what I mean? Like I wanted it to just to be a general station, like a TV station for all things AlphaWrld. I didn't want to have it be like these are just mine. Is it just me? I guess so at this point. You know what I mean?
It was just today.
You know, right now. You know what I mean? But like
you're creating the world.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
That the blueprint is for it to be a general TV station in a way that I can place other things on there. If my kids are always like, could we do something and then we post it on YouTube? Or could we make a video and then like you post it on your channel? And like in the future, yeah, it'll be easy for me to do that. You want to do a cooking video? Let's do a cooking video. We already have an established channel. Oh, you're going to do your ballet. You're going to do it. You want me to videotape it so we can post it? Okay, you can. You know, so like, it's more so in a sense with an intention to be able to create a platform for more than just me. That's why I did it.
I definitely get it. What's the goal, like the biggest goal with AlphaWrld? Best case scenario.
Best case scenario, we're a household name. Best case scenario, we are a household leisure brand. Best case scenario, I'm an international mogul. Best case scenario, I'm still able to go to Chick-fil-A and Walmart and not be bothered. But
I don't know how that's possible, bro. You can't get both.
Surprised.
You can't get both. What, with a disguise on?
You'd be surprised. Nope. I know a very, 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 very popular man who does it right now. It's possible. It's possible.
I hear it's like half the time you're in the clear, the other half you're getting recognized.
Listen, if you recognize me, cool. Have some respect and just common decency that you realize I'm also a person. I feel like that's like the line that always gets like crossed. Is like, it's cool to like see these people and to like interact with them, be excited to see them, want pictures, autographs. I understand that. But like at the end of the day, they're also a person. They have a life and a livelihood that they may be trying to maintain, or they may be with family or with kids, or you know what I mean? Like
there's a certain amount of people that just don't care.
And you know exactly, that's what I'm saying.
That do care, so
right. That's what I said. You're
always gonna get both.
That line is that line is a fine line to dance. Because I always tell her it's gonna be a random moment that is gonna be like a group of kids that's gonna run down on me and they're like, oh my God, and I'm just gonna be like mad cool about it. Yeah, bro, let's take all these pictures. Let's do it. Let's enter it.
It's gonna happen in Germany any day.
You know what I mean? And it's just gonna be because I don't ever want it to feel like I'm untouchable. You know what I mean? I don't ever want that. I don't want it to ever feel like a sense of like I can't. I'm too good, or you know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Nah, bro. I'm not. You know what I mean? Like I'm not too good to want for better, but I'm also not too good to know like I don't need all of that shit.
Yeah. How'd you hear about Stockroom Records?
Was
that the open mic? I'm assuming one of the open mic nights.
I think I just saw it
on like Instagram or something.
Yeah.
And what did you think when you saw it?
I thought it was dope. I'll be honest with you. I thought it was dope. I didn't know that it wasn't gonna be as many like rappers.
It's a whole array of anything.
That is a great way to put it. It's a great way to put it. It is a whole array of everything. But at the same time, like, it's cool because, right, like you and I'm sure you've sat in on a few of them, right? So like you get to see all of like this talent that's just like out there. And I think that's the cool part. Because like the cool part. It's like, holy shit, like why, how, like, you know what I mean? That's like always my question, right? You know, like, oh, how did you what happened that let you know you could do this? like what did you do that was like, yeah, I got this. This is it. This is what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? Like, you know, but like I saw it, and I think I was more so looking for, at the time, I think I was just looking for open mics. So like what I usually do is I'll look for like 4 or 5 different locations and I'll make like a tour out of it where I'm like, these are the 5 locations that I'm going to be performing at. If you're in the area, feel free to come through. If you want to see me perform, X, Y, and Z, that type of thing. And I think that was one of the locations that I had saw, and I was like, babe, this is right here in Mamaroneck. Like, I'm like, hell, I gotta go do this. This is like in my hometown. Like, I can't. Nah, I've never, whatever. Yeah. So, it wasn't with an intent to even go in there and like win. Like, I really wasn't trying to go in and win. Like, I didn't care about winning. It was more so like a platform for exposure.
That too, yeah. Yeah, I like that.
I didn't have an intent for it to be other than a performance. You know? The format happened to be what it was. I was just prepared for said rounds. I think that even now, after all of the competitions, I still feel the same way that I felt when it first started. That I was like, this is a really good thing. However, it's got to be genre specific.
He understands that too.
And I hope he does. Dudes, I really do hope you do. And it's not that I don't think that what you did was great, but bro, the balance of the scales were so crazy. But I enjoyed it. I had fun. I met a lot of cool artists. I met a lot of dope people through that process. I think that he also has the ability now to do just like an actual showcase. You know 100%. What I mean? Versus it being a competition or whatever it is. He could actually just put on a showcase every quarter. You know what I mean?
100%.
And I think that that's a benefit that came from that situation. I think the negative side was that people lost. You know, I don't know, like, that makes sense. But like, I feel like the negative side is that like you can't make everybody happy in that kind of situation. Someone's got to lose. Someone's feelings are going to get hurt 100%. Based off of something.
100%. And it's hard judging when it's so
that too.
It's so off the wall. It's
that
like, too. How do we judge these
that
two?
Too. It's hard. It's hard. It's so hard to judge like an R&B singer versus a rapper, a grunge rapper versus a pop singer. A lo-fi singer versus a high beat rapper, and it's like I understood what you were trying to do.
Yeah, it's wild,
but that looks so manipulated. Because I don't know. I just was like, I don't feel like that's fair. Why am I going against an R&B singer? I was like, that's not fair. That's not fair. Yeah, and he was great, yo.
It's a great show.
It was great. Yeah. It was great.
It's a really good show. I love it.
I had stumbled upon it on Instagram. It was something that I was just like, yeah, let's do it. You know, it wasn't something that I had like seen before or heard anything before.
Yeah, for real.
I was like, oh shit, this looks cool.
Let's talk about the new project that's coming out. Well, when does it come out?
Self-Care 6.
When does it come out?
Summer.
In the summer.
We're not really revealing dates yet. We have a whole campaign and rollout that I would really like you guys to like sit and really like indulge yourselves into and really embrace yourself for this. Because this is the 6th installment of this particular titling. I have released a lot of music, and I'm always quick to be like, oh, it's coming out Friday. Oh, it's coming out this way. Oh, it's this. I released out. You didn't know it was out? Oh, it's already out. Aha, you didn't listen out. I've been told that I need to allow this time to breathe. I need to allow this time to really strategize, to really figure out how to put on the full art. So that's what we're doing. And like I said, I want everybody to just like sit back and really just enjoy the rollout, enjoy how things come to pass. I'm really excited about it. It's really hard for me not to play certain records. I'm not someone that plays my music like on my own or like really like at all, unless it's like something new that I have, unless my kids ask me if they're like, you know, like my daughter, she loves certain songs, so she'll ask me, can I play certain songs, or can you show me how to download this song on my tablet? I'm like, I don't know if I don't think you have that capability yet. You know what I mean? My younger son, he'll come in and he'll be like, he'll recognize when it's new music, which I think is really cool too. If I'm playing something, he'll come in my room and he'll be like, hey, and I'll be like, what's up? And he'll be like, is this new? And I'll be like, yeah. And he'll be like, oh, I like it. And he'll walk out. I'll be like, all right. Thank you. I appreciate your criticism. You know, but
what's the rollout looking like?
The rollout is looking beautiful. We got posters coming.
Nice.
We're gonna really, really like lean into some advertising. We're gonna lean into like high quality music videos, good locations. A listening party is happening. You've been invited. There's like 2 showcases that we're gonna do as well. Merch, ton of good merch that's coming out. Like whole sweatshirt hoodie line that we got that we just put together. We got like 6 hoodies, 7 hoodies. 6? I think we did 6. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 6. 3. Yeah, we did 3. Yeah, 6 hoodies. That will be a part of it. Yeah. And then, you know, we have the release. And then after that, we'll have probably another release party. Another show. You know, we're gonna really, really dump a lot of money into this one. Because that's something that I'm studying right now from a lot of artists in general is the campaigns that they put together for particular projects, whether it be like a debut album, whether it be a secondary or a trilogy completion, even when it comes down to just like they've been away for a second and then they came back. You know what I mean? Like Offset, this last album that he just dropped, Kiari, I enjoyed the rollout. He released a music video series that was like of him in this like glass kind of like box, but like each song he would like leave that box and go to another box, and this would be this song, and then he'd leave that box and he'd come back to another box and it'd be this song. And like I just thought that artistically was really different. It was profound from a sense of hip hop and rap. So like I see stuff like that and I'm like, ooh, concept videos. Can we get a way to tie all our videos together so that it tells one story instead of it looking like 7-8 different videos? You know what I mean? Like, so
absolutely.
But that's where we're at. Where we are diligently working through the process. Shout out Mayor Mark. Mark is the sole producer on this project.
My man.
He and I have been working very, very, very closely on this. This is the first project that sorry, I had an eyelash. This is the first project that I actually recorded outside of my space. So like I usually do all my stuff in-house. But this is the first project that I went to his house and recorded everything with him. And I'm leaving that editing process to somebody else. I was telling my wife the other day that I have a sense of anxiety about it because I've never done it before. But it's also forcing me to be like patient.
That's how you grow too. You like new experiences.
I have to, you know what I mean? And like I gotta be patient. And that's something that we're like is like kind of like the theme with this push is like the patience with the like end result within in concept. You know what I mean? Like we know where we're going. We know how to get there. We've done this a million times. Like this is not new. But this time I want us to push it to the max on all fronts. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like until it can't, oh, that's the max? That's cool. That's done. Well, that's the max? Cool. That's not the max? No, we got to push that to the max. Until everything is like at the max and then we press go. Because then it's like once it hits, it's like it's going to hit on all fronts and it's going to be undeniable. And that's where we're going. That's the end result for this particular project, is for it to be undeniable. From the music to the videos to the merch to the rollout to the features to the sound quality to the cover arts to the billboards to the advertising, whatever it is, like we want it to be undeniably in your face to the point where you're like, yeah, no, I have no other choice. I gotta at least check this out.
That's perfect, man. To be that prepared is the best way to do it.
And that's it. That's 100%. We're in preparation. You know, if you're not ready, then like you're gonna lose, bro.
What is self-care? What's the meaning behind that? And why has it stretched over 6 projects?
Self-care is very, very personal to me because before my grandmother had passed away, before she had succumbed to Alzheimer's, her and I had a conversation in regards to me and just myself. I was getting ready to be a dad, and I had asked her jokingly, like, what would she think if I was to have a baby tomorrow? And I was like, Mom, let me ask you something. She's like, what? I'm like, what would you say if I had a baby? She was like, what? I said, yeah, like, what if tomorrow I walked in here and I just had a baby? Ha! And she was like, how you gonna have a baby and you can't even take care of yourself? And I was like, in my head, I'm like, well, it's kind of late for that shit, but because he's definitely gonna be here tomorrow. Like, but it didn't click until he was here, 5, 6 years old, 7 years old. And it came down to like being able to take care of myself in a sense of like, if I don't know how to take care of me, if I can't cook for me, if I can't make sure I'm on time for my stuff, if I can't make sure that I'm doing this or I'm doing that or I'm on top of this or I'm making sure how can I expect myself to want to or be able to show him how to, hey, get up and shower, get up and take the garbage out, do the dishes, or you got to get to class, or you got to do this, you know what I mean? Like those small things are a part of self-care. Getting to sleep on time, eating right, going to the gym, making sure that I'm decompressing. Yeah, I smoke a lot of weed. Yes, because that's a part of my therapy. That's also part of how I cope. That's also a part of how I get through my day to day. As someone who has a high ADHD, ADD spectrum lifestyle, yes, absolutely. Weed is very important to me maintaining balance. And that goes into my self-care. It's carried this long because it's not just that time period. It's not just yesterday. It's not just now. It's not just tomorrow. Like self-care is an everlasting thing. Like it doesn't matter how old you are or how young you are. Like taking care of yourself, making sure yourself is good is like always going to be important. And if you don't think it's important, I feel like you should probably reconsider a lot of things in your life. Because if you can't do the little things like going to the bathroom, washing dishes, cleaning up after yourself, maybe taking a walk, maybe go sitting outside, reading a book. You know what I mean? Like self-care isn't just the gym. Self-care isn't just a facial routine. Self-care isn't just going to therapy. You know what I mean? There's other things that go into that. And that was something that I always wanted to carry with me, like as a piece of carrying her with me, but also to like, as a reminder. You know what I mean? Like I have no problem being a constant reminder like, yo, bro, you need to take care of yourself. You got to take care of yourself.
100%. Nobody else is going to do it for you.
That part. That part. That part. That part. So that's really where the title got life. If you know what I mean, like
absolutely,
it really stems from that that conversation and understanding years later just the importance of it, you know. And I think it was really ironic that the first 3 tapes that I did were like in the middle of the pandemic. So it was a really big thing that I was like trying to just be more mindful of. Like, I'm not telling you how to take care of yourself, but I'm telling you that you need to take care of yourself. Like, just whatever it is that you know you should be doing, or your body's like, hey, we can't do this no more. We got to switch off. Hey, we need this. Hey, you ain't been to the gym. You probably should go to the gym. We eating too much of that. It's just listening to your body. It's taking care of self.
Love that. This summer, look out for Self-Care 6. Any last words, Alpha Man?
Dubstep Wrld shit. Most incredible. Shout out to you and yours. You could have been anywhere in the world today, but you watching this. You know, merch coming, music coming, visuals coming. Yeah, shout out mama. Shout out my kids.
That's love. I like that. Thank you very much for the great conversation.
Thank you, bro.
Absolutely.
Thank you. I appreciate you. And guys, listen. Keep up with your phones, you know.
Keep up with your phones.
Keep up with your devices.
Thank you everybody for watching. Peace and love.
Yeah.